Kelly's Eye, brought to you by Ellis Brown Architects.
Peter, what's Kelly's Eye looking at today?
Today, David, musical. Well, almost musical. A post horn. Two post horns.
Yes, I can see the post horns there above our head. I was going to say you're looking at 15 legs because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 legs there in the glass, and then there's another lot up there. How many is that? 4 3s are 12. 5 3s are 15. 15 legs makes 3 legs of man.
That's true, but that's not a post horn.
The post horn is part of the 3 legs insignia as well, though.
It is. It's, of course, the insignia of what used to be the Isle of Man Post Office, or whatever, and is now just called Isle of Man Post. And here we are up on the Cool Estate, and we're looking at the sorting office, which says Post Office on one side, and then this Oik Postach Ellen Vannon on the other. I don't know what the Oik stands for. Maybe office. It's an industrial building by virtue of its construction, steel frame and partly clad in plastic coated, I would say, metal profile. Bit of shaping to it and brickwork therefore in behind. The sorting office, I gather, was complete about 1994. It was designed by Kelly and Robinson, a practice that no longer exists. The post office, when they decided to move out of Circular Road and build a new sorting office, and of course before Circular Road the sorting office was down behind the Regent Street post office, they looked at a site up here on this industrial estate, and at one point the developers of the estate were going to put a building up for them, but anyway they opted to have their own design. And so we've got this building. The entrance is again in a coated metal, probably coated aluminium. The interesting thing, you referred to all the 3 legs on the front in the glass.
Yes.
I can't work out whether somebody mismeasured the glass.
Yes, they're in the wrong place.
Well, you'd expect them to be central on the panels,
yes,
but they're so much over to the right.
It cuts off a foot, really.
Well, yes, it's taken a complete limb off, really, in each case, and of course part of the wording. Now, the architects may say, well, that's what we intended. It does seem a strange way of doing it. It's almost like the franking missing the stamp.
Yeah. It's got a bit of children's television about it in appearance. It's kind of juvenile, and yet it looks immensely practical for what it is.
Well, in terms of usage, I mean, I don't know what the postmen think, but I'm sure it's an awful lot better than what they had in Circular Road, because they're on 2 floors there, and they were working in a building that was built to be a factory and never to be a sorting office. Of course, there is a second phase to this, which is at the top end. It's 2-storey, and if you recall, the post office, philatelic mainly, had their headquarters in Circular Road, not at the sorting office, but at the other end in what was a brand new building at the time. Well, they decided to bring that up and put it with the sorting office, which obviously has its advantages for administrative purposes. So there's a 2-storey admin block at the end, which wasn't designed by Kelton Robinson. It was actually designed by Cornerstone Architects, and I think that was more of a sort of package deal, design and build, so it could well have been linked in with a contractor, who I don't know who that was.
There is no sign on this side of it anyway of a plaque saying that the Honourable so-and-so opened it.
No, or indeed we haven't spotted a foundation stone, although even on the admin block, if there is a foundation stone, it's got quite a lot of planting around the base, and you wouldn't see it in any event. It is unusual, because most government buildings have the largest plaques you've ever come across, inside, proclaiming this minister or that minister either laid the foundation stone or opened it, as the case may be. It's a functional building. There's an awful lot of people come driving up here at night to pick up the parcels that were delivered or weren't delivered when they were out. It seems to work in that sense. It's a lot better than queuing on the steps at Circular Road, going up inside, waiting for the smallest of hatches for somebody to then go off and find your post.
That's right.
So yeah, it works, and no doubt at some point someone will say it's too small.
Many of the most iconic buildings around the island have been designed by Ellis Brown Architects. Keep up with Ellis Brown today on Facebook or via ellisbrown.im.